What is going on YouTube? It's K-Killtacular bringing a Destiny video today. Today's video discussion will be Motes of Light. I know most people, Motes of Light really ain't a big issue, but if you're like me and don't want to spend your strange coins because Rise of Iron is coming out soon and you want to start getting some 3 coins ready or get ready for, of course, that lovely Zur Christmas, our weekly Santa Claus, then you're probably going to want to save your strange coins. And if you're still looking to level up all your factions to get those exotic marks, bonds, cloaks, then Motes of Light will definitely be one of the better ways to do it. Or if you're just low on Motes of Light and want to get a couple just to level up gear and weapons, then I totally get it. To start off our discussion, my theory for the fastest way to get Motes of Light, and this is not backed up by numbers or any math, but this is I definitely would say the fastest, is to do public events. Public events, the first one will give you 5 motes for the first completion, and every completion after that you'll get 3 more motes. Public events are relatively easy, especially if you follow my strategy and go to the moon and start just from wherever the first one is, and hopefully if you get the right rotation down where they end up spawning one after another in each of the zones, then you can definitely get a lot of motes pretty freaking fast, 20 within an hour I'd say. And quite honestly, I think that's probably the fastest way to get motes. I'm not quite sure. I want to say PoE is pretty fast too, and Crucible can get you motes, but it's going to be completely dependent on your RNG. Most of you guys know what RNG is, so I'm not really going to go into depth about how that all works. But if I had to say, if you're really just trying to collect a lot of strange coins and motes, then PoE would be the best way. If you don't know what PoE is Prison of Elders. It's pretty fast and it's quite easy, honestly. You can do it by yourself. So, I mean, there's that option. Personally, this is one of my favorites just because you can do a whole lot of other stuff while doing all your public events. You don't really have to be oriented around public events. As you can see on the screen now, I'm actually picking up missions that will allow me to start collecting materials for that mission. And when I complete these missions, I will be getting rep for my faction and rep for Vanguard. I mean, Vanguard, personally, I love getting my LDRs, and I've gotten a couple so far that I really enjoy a lot to use. And I mean, if you're still looking for those God Roll LDRs, it's definitely a good way to do it too. Personally, strikes would be faster getting if you're just wanting to farm for Vanguard rep. But I mean, you still get a pretty good amount from all these little missions, and you can crank out a couple of these within 10 minutes, easy. These missions aren't too hard; they're all pretty easy. Some of them, however, will take you out of the area for the public events. You have, in the moon especially, you have 3 areas where public events will spawn, and there's a lot of other outside areas that are all private. And if you pick up one of those missions that are one of those private ones that will take you out to the zones that actually don't have public events, you need to be careful about that, because then if you leave and no one else is in that zone and you come back and no one's there, then the public event might not trigger. So you got to be really careful about that. I would suggest certain missions, and I will have those icons on the screen probably right now. Make sure that you only pick up these icons from the missions, because if you pick up any others, you'll probably just want to abandon them right away, or you might just leave thinking that you can do them real fast and then come back and not have the public event spawn. So you got to be really careful about what missions you pick up. After a certain amount of time of doing those little side missions, you'll eventually get a incoming transmission that will allow you to do something else a little differently, where it'll have a message encode, and in this message that is encoded, you have to complete certain tasks within it. And you're seeing it right now that one of the tasks for the second tier is actually generate orbs of light. And it's kind of annoying, but they also give you 2 strange coins per completion of these. I mean, not very much, but it's still some strange coins that you can use to save up for Zur or whatever you want to use them on. Another reason why I think this strategy is a lot better than any other strategy for getting motes is mainly because after completing these public events, you also get 300 experience, and as you're completing mission, you're getting experience for that, and all this experience will actually add up eventually. And when you level up in quotations, you will get a 5 mote drop. So that's also another bonus to your Mote of Light production / efficiency for this whole strategy. that alone is a ton of incentive to do this personally for me. And not to mention, while you're doing these, you can actually pick up Vanguard bounties over from the bounty rep guy. Don't really know his name, but he has bounties, and you can be completing those as you're doing all this, and be able to use that experience towards getting your motes and getting your equipment all leveled up. It's really good strategy. I like it. There ain't really much more I can explain on this. I will have a link in the section below of the description to be able to get you to where all these public events are tracked. That way you guys know when they'll happen. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you like the video, make sure to put a like on the video. That way more people can see it. And if you have any other comments to add, be sure to leave those in the comment section below. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and have a good night.